What's good, Twitch? We have Jason Hutchinson with Salamangreats against our first look at Trickstars, one of Cimo's favorite decks, under, it's Bortle here.
Got Mr. Kevin Bortle here. Yeah, when I saw he was at table 2, remember this is for the 1K, so chance at winning $400 if you get first place, $200 if you get second.
$400, not a bad takeaway from a free entry event.
Yeah, so I mean, even if these guys didn't necessarily make it far in the main event, they could still leave this weekend with a nice cash prize. But
Bortle was at the top tables for some time.
Yeah, and I was really hoping that he would make it to top cut of the main event, but unfortunately he did not. But I'm happy we still get to feature him because we get to show off a deck that we haven't seen all weekend. And it's a deck that I love.
Looks like a Dragon Ball Super fan here had to choose between games to play today. Maybe he was in the Super event yesterday. Don't know. Using one of the cards for the Field Center, though. I'm a huge Broly fan. That looks like the classic.
Right, and it looks like these guys are drawing up here. Let's go ahead and start that timer, and let's see where things go.
Bortle is moving as if he's going first, and yeah, he sets one.
Bortle's probably the only other person I know who's played Trickstar like as long as we have.
Oh yeah.
And he's just gonna set one and pass.
Oh no, we've seen this several times on the feature
so many
match.
times before, yeah. I mean, probably if he's doing that, he probably just opened a hand of like all hand traps or like a Lily Bell. He is playing the pure version, so I think he might be playing more traps as well.
Wait.
Oh wow, is Jason also?
Okay.
Interesting. Choosing to set first before
trying to play
reincarnation. That's fair, yeah. Jason, obviously aware of what Mr. Bortle plays.
I mean, Bortle is a tuber, so this does come with tubing. When you constantly show off your deck and your tops with the deck, people kind of start to follow and get a hint that even if they weren't aware of you as a Texas duelist, well, hey, I follow you on YouTube.
Right, so we see the normal summon of Foxy here. I'm curious to see if he's going to use its normal, and we are. So we get a Gazelle, a Flame Buffalo, and another Foxy. So Gazelle's going to come down.
Plenty of choices.
And that's good because it'll allow him to essentially do full combo. He just will not have the counter trap at his disposal. Unless he already has it, which he could have set in the back row. It's going to link off for Balinks.
And Balinks is not going to add. Perhaps still playing around reincarnation draw.
Looks like he's going to use both. So
okay.
He's going to go Balinks Chain Link 1.
And there's Phantasme.
On Chain Link 3. And they just announced Easter eggs at the event, and there's a mad dash of players outside to go find Easter eggs.
This is legitimately insane. There's like
these are fully grown adults running outside to find Easter eggs. I wish I filmed that.
Woo. I wonder what prizes are to be had.
Yeah, I'm curious. If we find out what any of them are, we'll let you guys know.
I think they are card-sized Easter eggs.
So one of the interesting things about Phantasme in Trickstar leads me to believe that Mr. Bortle is not playing the Sky Striker variant. He's kind of leaned away from that, and that's because you cannot play Phantasme in a Sky Striker build, just because it conflicts too much with the rest of the engine. Same reason why actual Sky Striker doesn't play Phantasme. As powerful as a card as it is, that...
Well, it would also fill Sky Striker as a main monster zone.
Exactly. Well, that's the issue.
Yeah.
So when you're wanting to play cards like Engage, Sanctum coming down. We haven't seen Sanctum all weekend, but here we go.
So what do you think is the reasoning of the Phantasme, I guess, to fix the hands before the Sanctum? Of course?
Maybe he had to shuffle Scythe back.
Yeah.
He had no other play, so maybe he had to shuffle the Scythe back into the deck to summon it.
But this is a lot of power on board, and now Jason's not really going to be able to move up too far.
Not to mention the power that these monsters have, because Scythe is 22, Phantasme is 24. Like, for Salamangreats, these are pretty big threats.
Yeah, without dipping into the extra deck, he's not going to deal with these turns outside of perhaps setting some certain traps, and there is one.
Jason's just going to set one other card.
Two.
And this is good, too, because Bortle did not allow Jason to get a Balinks into the graveyard either.
I wonder what set that he was trying to avoid for the reincarnation, because it's still there.
Yeah, it's underneath the Balinks column. So Trickstar
There's Light Stage. Do you think he's going to go after that middle early set?
I would say so, because that was what he initially set with the card. And so I feel like whatever your opponent sets before trying to avoid...
he's
going to roll it, actually. Oh, no,
never mind.
Unless he just rolled a 4 and it happened to land on there.
It did? Yeah.
Oh, okay. I personally would have gone after the specific set because you know your opponent wanted to preserve it from a reincarnation. So Light Stage being able to freeze it, I think that would be the correct play. Looks like they were just disputing over something. Couldn't tell for sure. Maybe just over which card was getting light staged. And Trickstar Candina coming down. So I'm not sure if he had that in his hand from the previous turn. I feel like he would have played it, though.
Yeah, I feel like it would be odd to roll for it.
He could have drawn off Phantasme as well, though. So he could have gotten a couple draws off that and then drawn it for turn. Getting Licorice. Could already have Reincarnation in hand, or he could be just trying to go for damage. Potted Desires. That's a good one.
As much draw power as they can get, they will take.
He's allowing it to go through. He's going to draw 2 cards. So it's interesting because I'm not sure if he's playing Desires. I wonder if he's playing Extravagance as well. Because typically if you're playing pure Trickstar, you can actually play Extravagance, but I'm not sure if Bortle's opting to just play Desires instead.
Yeah, I know a lot have given up the singular scapegoat route and gone for the trade-off of drawing more cards.
Well, the nice thing about the Salamangreat matchup in particular is that they have to stop your light stage with Roar. Otherwise, you're just asking to get it freezed by the light stage. So we see Candina attacking into Gazelles. He can take 300, then plus 2 from the light stage, so 500 total.
And I'm sure Kevin, having played this for a very long time, will be 200, 200, 200, 200.
Now he's going to use Licorice's effect to tag out the Candina, get some extra damage in here.
Yeah, this is going to be massive damage if it all
so
goes
that's going to
through.
be 1,500 damage, or excuse me, 1,300 damage.
Isn't it 11? Yeah, 12, 13, yes.
Yeah. 11, then plus 2. But it looks
now
like Jason might have a response.
And there
Rage.
it is.
Okay, so Rage giving up the Balinks, and he's going to pop the Phantasme.
But that is a target effect now?
It is.
Okay, but
so,
the Phantasme goes anyway.
Right, so Licorice is going to hit 18 direct. And then Scythe for 22. Putting Jason down to 3,500. Instant Fusion.
In main phase 2.
Really? I'm curious to see where this goes.
Panzer Dragon.
Level 5 Xyz play coming
for
up
a
here.
light.
Is he going to go into a
Pleiades?
Yes.
Duelist of the Stars. Zodiac Duelist was originally founded around the Constellars.
Was it really?
Duelist of the Stars.
Oh, wow, that's funny. So he's going to use the effect of Pleiades. Jason having to take a read because it's been a while since we've seen Pleiades hasn't been in the meta since, Monarchs?
It's been a long time.
So he's using it to bounce the Phantasme, or not the Phantasme, the, what did he target actually? I forgot Jason dealt
The middle
with
card is
Phantasme.
what,
It's hit by Light Stage.
yes.
For a second, if you bounce Phantasme back to your hand, that would be
nuts.
That would be nuts, yeah.
Oh, I thought maybe he did the light stage.
Oh, so Light Stage is resolving on the strike.
Yes.
What did he...
Did he bounce the light stage and play it again?
Possibly. It's not a once per turn, so...
Correct. Is the second effect, the lockdown effect, once per turn?
No, that's not either.
Huh. Then he would have used that.
Yeah.
wouldn't he?
Hitting that strike, though, that's pretty good. So he just has 1 disruption, but Trickstar does play a lot of hand traps. That was really cool.
And Jason considering his line of play if he has one. Which he should.
So Circle.
The final set.
Jason also took 400 from Licorice on the draw. And he's going to take another 400 from the Search on Circle.
Yeah. The mid game is so strong.
Another reason why Trickstar has a good advantage against these decks is because they do so much searching.
Draw and lock. Okay. And to top this off, committing to a normal summon, pleadies can bounce that normal summon before link play can be made.
Yep. So he can.
And it's Gazelle.
Jason can drop Gazelle here, but I don't know how much it's going to matter. Or he could just bounce Gazelle back to the hand. Oh, he's got Foul, though. Okay. That changes things a little bit.
Yeah. Pleadies not as sealing as we might have thought.
Jason also has a Foxy Engrave that he could resurrect because light stage is on the field, so he could potentially... I feel like no matter what, he can't get out of... But he could just wait for Mirage Stalio and just bounce Mirage Stalio back. So Jack Jaguar going to get dumped to the graveyard. He's going to resurrect Spinny.
Bortle very stoic for having the one interruption from field. I wonder if that's all, because he has rolled. He has Pleadies ready. And it does look like he's going up into Stalio early.
Yeah, if you Pleiades the Stalio, I don't know what else he can do. Yeah, he can Foxy, but... Well, one play he can do is... Oh,
yep,
no.
Here it is.
Yeah. I was going to say you could resurrect the...
So, Falcon Bailings, but what else can Jason do here?
I was thinking if he could resurrect the Foxy, and then potentially makes Bailings, and then like resurrect Jack Jaguar into the Bailings, but the zone is blocking it.
Wait, is that your duelist right there? No, I don't think so, sorry. We're hunting down an FTK player, chat.
So Foul is going to go ahead and attack Licorice. What is Foul's attack? Oh, he has the Korribane, though, in hand. So Korribane going to double the original attack of Licorice, so it's going to make it 32.
And it's still going to stack on light stage.
So is Foul 17 or 18?
I actually do not know.
Okay. All right, Jason going to set a card.
And he's starting to get into that dangerous territory where Licorice can burn 3 times and his life is gone.
It's true. I'm curious what that set card is. So we get a draw. At this point, Bortle's going to just freeze the back row, which will result in it being triggered. So he's going to go ahead and banish something with Call by the Grave.
There's not another Licorice there, though.
There isn't, unfortunately. Looks like he's going to get rid of Korribane. Not bad, considering Lilybell could recur it, and Reincarnation can also resurrect it, so. And Candina, which was already in the hand.
This is looking like game 1.
I was going to say, I think Mr. Bortle's got this one wrapped up. And that'll be 700. Yep, that's game.
It's crazy how a lot of duelists in the DFW, as we saw yesterday, have gone towards True Draco. We have seen limited success from it. But here we see a deck that pretty much has gone untouched outside of smaller side hits. A Scapegoat down the one, those kinds of things. And it has gotten buffs over time. Yes, they lost the Sky Striker engine part, but Bortle really making it work.
The thing is... I was alluding to this a little bit earlier. Trickstar actually has very good Salamangreat and Sky Striker matchups, just because of the fact that you can control the board by like freezing their set cards, especially with stuff like multi-roll. You know what some of their set cards are, and with Salamangreat, they're pretty much only always playing like their roar or whatever, so you can just ice that immediately. And then with Trickstar, any way to get to Candina is essentially 3,400 damage, or actually 3,800 damage with Light Stage.
Is Korribane a level 5?
Korribane's level 5,
so
yes.
That's
another target for Pleiades, yeah. And the nice thing is, too, when you're playing the pure Trickstar build, which Bortle is playing, you can play multiple copies of Korribane, and it's okay. So that just gives you some protection in battle to make sure that your Trickstar monsters stay on the board.
So both duels siding here. Decent amount of time taken by game 1. one of the meatier game ones that we've had besides the set one pass. Although this set one pass turned out way better. And actually, I think that's the first set one pass where we've seen someone just take it down.
Mind Control's a really good side here for Bortle because you can potentially take one of their Link monsters and force the activation of the counter trap. Trickstar just has a lot of cards, not necessarily the Trickstar cards themselves, but just the cards they play force the activation of the counter trap.
The ones they synergize with.
Right, so Mind Control, not even really synergize, it's just like good, like generic cards that they can play.
Yeah, the Trickstar engine's just still so solid. It's all intact.
Right.
Light Stage, Candine. I'm going to be able to do my standard whenever I'm setting up. So anything else really starts to feel like bonus.
Right, and especially because the Trickstar engine is just a one-card engine and you just have to play, 10 to 12 specific cards. The rest of your deck can be just all good generic cards, Hand Traps, Phantasme, Artifacts, which we've already seen, Draw Power in terms of Desires, so...
I do want to shout out Bortle as a fellow weight loss person. He used to be a bigger boy.
Really?
And, yeah, I think I want to say around maybe 60 pounds off plus at least. He really got that fit life in too.
All right, so Jason most likely going to kick things off here. See a call by here. Is that a Phantasme in Bortle's hand?
It
looks like
appears
it,
to be so.
right?
And that instant fusion again, a terraforming looks like.
That's a pretty solid hand there. We see Jason starting off with a Foxy. Gonna whiff.
It's crazy how it does feel like Bortle doesn't need anything special for his deck to do what it's going to do to Salamangreats.
No. And so we see Phantasme coming down instantly. And it's gonna allow him to dig deeper into the deck.
Yeah, his hand's already so good. What's he want to send back?
Might not need the instant fusion right now.
Yeah, look at him. He's like, there. Everything's so
everything's good. Yeah. And, Phantasme doesn't really stop Jason from doing anything. It just kind of helps make Kevin's hand a lot better for when his turn does roll around. Could draw him into hand traps, though, to be fair. So Balink's going to grab the Salamangreat Sanctuary. Sanctuary is going to activate.
It's going to allow him to link up for free back
Reincarnation summon the Balinks. Does he have the Gazelle? No Gazelle. Wow.
Ooh, that is not how
rough.
you want to play.
But he has anti-spell. Okay.
That's, I don't think, something Trickstar commonly sides against to take care of, but Bortle doing something.
Called by the grave in response, going to target Balinks. That's good, because that means Balinks will not be able to protect itself, or the other copy, rather.
And we do know a lot of them are spells, so there we go.
So he's going to take 1,900 from that attack. He's going to set the light stage. No Twin Twister in hand for Bortle.
Set his, oh my god.
So a hand of spells. That's kind of terrifying because next turn as a Salamangreat player, that is just going to be an avalanche of cards. Oh, Pankratops is pretty good though.
There ain't no hand to discard for the Phantasme. But it's getting run over anyways.
So we're going to see an attack for 200 over the Phantasme. And now Pankratops can pop any of those cards.
It could go for the field spell.
I think the field spell's probably the best option.
Well, you could wait until You could wait until it flips face up also.
I was going to say, though, I think waiting for a real threat might be better, because all the Trickstar cards don't really threaten Pankratops.
Yes.
Pankratops is a big boy. So... I feel like the first thing Bortle's going to want to do is flip the light stage to freeze the back row. Oh, he's going to go for it. Okay. Now, the thing is, if Bortle has a... Oh! Wow.
Joe baited. Wait, can that flip face up?
It can, because it was set last turn.
Yes.
So light stage is going to come down.
I didn't know it was back to Bortle already. For some
it was,
reason.
yes. That was just in the draw phase, I think. You cannot ogre the light stage.
Mm-hmm.
You can ogre its second effect, but its first effect is on activation.
But now Bortle knows that it's there.
Yes. So now he's going to get a Candina.
I mean, since he has the terraforming, you might see him bait the ogre with it anyways.
That's true. So light stage is going to freeze. So now he can ogre the light stage if he so chooses.
Yes, and there it is.
But if Bortle has another light stage, like through terraforming or somehow, like this is going to be.
Yeah, we saw terraforming in his opening hand.
Oh, we did?
Yes.
Okay. Get some Candina.
Probably get like Horus here.
He could just get another light stage here and just freeze that back row.
Anti-spell
is still up. You're right. Never mind. He can't do that. So probably just a Licorice then, because then you can just hit in for 3,800 between the two, and you recycle Candina back to your hand. But he does have those other 3 cards. He might solve that instant fusion back there. Possibly like a Pot of Desires. We don't know. He's going to get...
Corbane.
Oh, Corbane, okay. So that he can just special summon freely. That's actually the same amount of damage. Actually, that's more because he doesn't have a instant fusion. Okay. So he's going to go for that Pleiades play. Presumably after he attacks.
He could bounce the anti-spell.
He could, and then his spells are all online.
As long as that's not like a Solemn Strike or something.
Well, maybe that's what he's going to do. Maybe he's going to... Ooh, if that's a strike, though, that's pretty good.
But if it's just a Salamangreat card that can't activate.
Right. All right. He didn't strike the summon.
And it is anti-spell, and so we're going to see that terraforming flip up real fast, I think. Yep.
Yep. That would be 38, 50. This is game.
Yeah, he's going to lock down that final back row if this goes through.
Looks like it.
Trickstar dismantling Salamangreat game 2 here.
So saying a lot of people don't give this deck enough credit. That's 18 plus 2,000 plus 25. And Jason extending the handshake. Kevin Bortle moving on at table 2 to, I believe, 4-0 now? This is round 4?
4-0.
Yeah, so he is in the running for some pretty big bucks here. Only
4-0, chasing $400 for first.
On 421.
With almost 421 viewers.
Yeah.
418 of you guys out here.